We have to ask ourselves, what has changed between 2015 and 2025? Well, two things. For the first time in Nigerian history, we now have a president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who declares that fuel subsidy is gone. Because it's an ongoing thing, fuel subsidy is gone. And claiming to transfer funds to indigent households while paying workers less than living wage. Also removing subsidies from basic necessities of life while subsidizing pilgrimages for privileged Christians and Muslims. Coupled with funding pilgrimage boards for privileged Christians and Muslims. So, that is one thing that has changed. A president who declares all subsidies gone. Another thing that has changed, to the best of my knowledge, is that we now have a situation in which a single presidential candidate is in vogue from the southeast, the rightful zone that should produce Nigeria's president in 2027. But now, in 2015, the coalition political parties under the umbrella of the All Progressives Congress took advantage of the prevailing insecurities and worsening economic fortunes of Nigeria to unseat the People's Democratic Party and its elected or its president, Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan. Most Nigerians became desperate for change because of the prevailing insecurities and dwindling economic fortunes of Nigeria. I happen to know that nothing positive was going to come out. Reading the poster of the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Muhammadu Buhari, saying that he would defeat the Boko Haram Muslim community. And I knew since December 2011, upon consultation of the Oracle, Ifa Orunmila, that only peaceful dialogue and resolution will end the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, but not that Boko Haram will become defeated and eradicated. December 2011. This is 2025, July 2025. We are already in the second half of the year 2025. Jonathan, who promised to defeat Boko Haram in 6 months, failed to achieve it in 4 years. Muhammadu Buhari, who promised to defeat the Boko Haram Muslim community, failed to do it in 8 years. And now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has continued for more than 2 years. So, what are we talking about? But now, where I'm going is that the coalition, the APC coalition, deceived Nigerians, taking advantage of the prevailing circumstances to get power, and having gotten power, creating worse situation than hitherto. And now this African Democratic Congress coalition is also fraught with pessimisms. Pessimism in the antecedents of those putting up the coalition. Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the question is arising whether he would have been part of this coalition if he were given a ministerial appointment by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's a vital question. It's germane. And Atiku Abubakar, the foremost leader of the African Democratic Congress, said he told President Olusegun Obasanjo to use the army against the Boko Haram Muslim community. Although Obasanjo did not do it, he claimed that he did it. And I've been asking Nigerians to show us the headlines made by Boko Haram during the presidency of Olusegun Obasanjo to confirm that Atiku Abubakar is a liar. Femi Fani-Kayode was a minister for aviation in the presidency of Olusegun Obasanjo. He said Obasanjo refused to take arms against the community. Although he was condemning Obasanjo for it, but I credit Obasanjo for it because he was the one who signed into law the 1979 Constitution that prohibits state religion for Nigeria and guarantees freedom of religion and association. And he said this body has not committed any offense against Nigeria's law. And so his government was peaceful throughout. Where the conflict will have come to destabilize his government, he nipped it in the bud. Whether the almost violent agitation for Sharia throughout Nigeria or even the crisis in the Niger Delta. So that was Olusegun Obasanjo for you. But this man saying what he's saying at this time implies that he's still looking for the opportunity to continue the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, a war ravaging human lives and the economic resources of Nigeria since 2009 till date, under 4 presidents already. Yar'Adua, who started it, Goodluck Jonathan, his deputy who succeeded him and perpetuated the war for 4 years, Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress, who perpetuated it for 8 years and added S-men terrorism. All of the above being perpetuated by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And adding to that, all subsidies are gone. So these are the issues that should make Nigerians to think and rethink about this African Democratic Congress. Not to reject it, because we need to get rid of this cabal. The All Progressive Congress and this presidential candidate, creating crisis upon crisis for Nigerians since 2015 till date. But in doing so, we should not be as blind as in 2015 when these corrupt politicians took advantage of the prevailing situation to fool everybody to get power, and haven't gotten power, doing it as they like. including Muslim presidential ticket. So that is the issue we are saying. If the coalition means well, what stops Peter Obi and his running mate in the Labour Party to remain? Because they seem to be working in unity, sharing the same perspective, the same ideologies. So the ideology of Malam Nasir El-Rufai, for all we know about his politics, though he now says that he was part of entrenching the mess, he wants to be part of removing the mess. You don't have to be, at your age and years in politics, you don't have to be running mate to Peter Obi to achieve what you want to achieve. When you championed the Muslim presidential ticket, you were not a vice president or deputy president or anything, so you may as well be political advisor if you are a born again politician. So I would think that any party that will accommodate Peter Obi and Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed should be endorsed by Nigerians. And the reason I'm saying this is that we should not allow another coalition of deceptive people who will come and continue to surprise us as APC has surprised us in Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Yoruba people say you become an idol when you die. So Buhari is now an idol praised for greatness. Oh my God. Carry us back to 2015 to 2023 under Muhammadu Buhari. And the man was so lucky. They said he surrounded himself with bad people. So he himself was not bad people for empowering herdsmen terrorists to be ravaging agrarian communities throughout Nigeria. So Nigerians, let us not fool ourselves again if they are fooling us. We have suffered enough. Let the African Democratic Congress allow Peter Obi and his running mate in the Labour Party, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, to be his running mate. Yes, if they mean well, because we want to see signs that they mean well. And part of it, North-South justice, zonal justice. And it is not just to separate Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed from Peter Obi. It's not just. You see it. They raised our hope, and that was demonstrated in the 2023 presidential election. Look at how they raised Labour Party to the level of top contender. And there are those lawyers even who believe that if justice were done, the presidency should have gone to Peter Obi, or the election would have happened. So these are issues I and some other people don't want swept under the carpet, because taking advantage of the prevailing circumstance to create worse situation than the prevailing circumstances as under the APC should not repeat itself if we are thinking rightly and acting rightly.